Mr. Transformers 96 here with another video review. This time we'll be talking about some newly shown Hot Toys at the Hot Toys Summer Showcase. So basically, the placeholder for San Diego Comic-Con this year for Hot Toys. So Hot Toys, they sent a few new figures out to Sideshow for the convention that they were doing so that they could show a couple of new things with some of the previously released and shown other items. And then they had their own one here because Sideshow did theirs on Monday. I believe that these were revealed on Thursday. So a few days later, they had their own little show, and they showed the 5 new figures that went on pre-order, plus a couple of extra goodies, which is quite nice. So I've made some individual videos about the figures that have gone on pre-order. Actually, the 3 in the middle here, the Illusion Iron Man, the Mech Test Tony Stark, and then the Cable. I've made individual videos for them, so if you want my detailed opinions on those figures, feel free to watch that. But in this video, I'm just going to be going over everything that they showed. Mostly, I'll be talking about the new items, but of course, I'll touch on some of the previously shown ones as well. But here's a nice group shot of them all. Starting at the beginning here, a new item, we have a Venomized Groot, which is cool. A lot of companies are kind of doing that Venomized Marvel character kick. It's fun. I think that it almost felt like Pop started it when they did a series of Venomized Marvel characters, and it was really successful. And I feel like just a lot of other companies are now kind of taking suit with that. This is not Hot Toys' first, experience in this type of realm, though. They did a Deadpool Venom one just recently. Massive figure. It looks really cool. This is a nice one as well. It's a Groot, but more of a baby version of Groot. So it's kind of like life-size Venomized baby Groot almost. He looks really nice. I think that it's a really good sculpt. I love the half turning into Venom, half out. So you still get that adorable eye, but of course you still get the Venom style eye as well. His tongue looks awesome. I like the little Venom Groot, hybrid plant things on his back. I think that they look great. It does look like he has articulated fingers, which is very cool. And overall, just a nice figure. It's cool. It's fun. I think that these are neat designs. And I collect the Pop ones. If Marvel Legends, did more of them, because they have a couple coming out, I'd probably be pretty into those. When it comes to Hot Toys, though, for me personally, I don't need to spend the Hot Toys money just for the kind of fun designs, Fun designs are cool, but when it comes to Hot Toys' prices, I'd prefer to have, ones that are really necessary, in my opinion. Then there's a new Spider-Man figure. Man, they just can't stop making these Spider-Man game figures. I'm glad that they're having fun making them. I wish that they would focus on some other characters, to be honest, but nonetheless, we have an Anti-Ock suit from Spider-Man. This is a cool design suit. I think the colors are neat. It's black that's very paneled. It almost looks mechanical. And then it has the yellow highlights, which I think look pretty good. The thing that I love about this figure is those Doc Ock tentacles. I think that those look awesome for the base. They're great pieces just to display on the base, and they just look super cool. They're mechanical, but they have an organic look to them, which I think is really neat. So I like those a lot. The figure just, as a standard Spider-Man suit, and the material being thicker, you can get the very articulated poses, but it's going to stress the suit. As you can see, this is just going nuts here in the base. This is like ruining the suit. So these figures look nice when they're standing, but there's not a whole lot of poses that you can do that is not going to have long-term damages or creases on the suit itself. So that's a little disappointing. The grand shot here, which I think that we'll get some closer shots of these figures coming up, but just to go over them, you have these 4, which are the exclusives for Comic-Con that have gone up for pre-order. The last one goes up for pre-order today. It's that holographic Iron Man. And then you have these 3, which were the kind of summer showcase figures that went on for pre-order, plus 2 more, which I believe there's photos of, which is the Anakin and Wonderwoman. Closer shot of that Illusion Iron Man. Again, I made a separate video about this. My brief thoughts on it: I think it looks amazing. I really love it, but I think that the price is absurd for it. This is $420, and this is not a die-cast Iron Man figure. It is a plastic one, even though it's as much or actually more than most of the die-cast Iron Man figures. So I think that it's a great-looking figure that's way overpriced. The Mech Test Tony Stark, a figure that I have always wanted. This is kind of a redone version of that. I really love it, and I do plan to get it. Cable, looking great, a figure that I never thought would actually come out, so very excited to see that it is coming out. Does look quite good. The Stan Lee, cameo from Thor Ragnarok. Fun Stan Lee cameo. I think that this looks like a nice figure. I like the head sculpt quite a bit. As your only Stan Lee in your collection, I don't think it's that good. But if you have some of the other Stan Lee's figures, especially the last cameo one that they did, this would be a great companion piece for that. Another new figure, I expected them to show some Black Widow figures because I figured they must have been finished with a lot of the prototypes for these long ago, as the movie was scheduled to come out over 2 months ago. So I'm surprised that they didn't put them on pre-order, because with Wonder Woman they started putting those figures on pre-order even though that movie wasn't even scheduled to come out until later, past Black Widow. So I thought it was very strange that they put those on pre-order and not the Black Widow ones. But as you can see, we have another Black Widow, but this time in her white costume. Face sculpt wise, I think it looks pretty good. I think that's a solid face sculpt for Scarlett Johansson. They've done so many at this point. I think that this is a nice rendition. The only issue that I might have with it is that it looks, and I think it's just the angle, but it looks like her jawline is a lot closer to her chin on this side than this side. Obviously, her head's tilted a little bit, but it looks more so than just the little bit that it's tilted. So I think it's just the angle, really. But overall, I think that this does look like a pretty nice figure. It's a nice new sculpt, and I like the costume a lot. I think it looks cool. And then the figure that I was really hoping would be shown, and it was, we have Taskmaster. Looking awesome, the antagonist of the new Black Widow movie, of course. Great looking figure, I think that it's very solid. My only issue with it is that it looks like the hood doesn't hang very naturally. Now, it might just be a bad pose. It might just be that they didn't, take enough time posing the hood to really make it look natural. But it doesn't hang very well. It's more of just a big oval rather than it actually like sagging a little bit towards the bottom. And then it has like the cone back piece. It's just, I think that I'm hoping at least that once I get it in person, I can really adjust it and it can look pretty good. The helmet, although there isn't like a great up-close image of the helmet, it does look nice from what I can see. The goggles seem to reflect whatever it's looking into quite nicely as well. He's definitely going to come with a shield and sword. Who knows if he's going to come with the bow and arrow? I assume that he will, and we'll see if he does have a removable helmet, but there's a lot of speculation as to who is under that helmet. We do have somebody cast as Taskmaster, but with Marvel, they do like to throw us off, so we'll have to see specifically who's under it. But nonetheless, I think this looks like a really nice figure. My only concern is, will it come out with, villains, Marvel villains and Hot Toys? It's extremely hit or miss. They seem to make most of the villains, but they only produce about half of the ones that they make. There's so many that they've made and showed that look spectacular that I'd buy in a heartbeat, that will never put on pre-order and never will be. So it'll be interesting to see if this is one that gets made. If I had to guess, I would think that this has a much better chance of being made than some of the others. Like Jan Rog, the villain from Captain Marvel, when he was shown, I was hoping that he'd get made, but he was one that I was like, I'm not sure if that one's going to get made, and, it didn't. So with Taskmaster here, though, I feel like there's a much better chance that he's going to get made. Taskmaster is a character from the comics that's very popular, as well as he's highly anticipated for this movie. I think that most people who are excited for Black Widow, their top maybe 2 things that they're excited about, I guarantee you one of them is Taskmaster. For me, it's definitely the thing that I'm most excited about at the film. He just has such a unique power set, which is super cool, and it's going to be great visually, cinematic-wise. So I'm really excited for this figure. I hope it gets made. I hope they put it on pre-order before the movie comes out, too. I'd hate to have to wait until November. I hope that within the next couple months here, they start putting the Black Widow figures on pre-order, because this is a rare opportunity when they can actually have the figures come out not that long after the movie's release because of the huge delay. So if they don't take advantage of that, I'm going to be very upset. But nonetheless, Taskmaster looks awesome. He's a must-have for me if he does end up going on pre-order. Then we've got a closer look at the Spider-Man. We got a new Spider-Man that was shown, definitely a very classic one, which I think is cool. This is a nice one because even if you don't collect the game Spider-Man suits, and you want just a comic version, this would work great as a comic Spider-Man just for your, comic 1/6 scale collection. So that's nice. They have this Hall of Armor for Spider-Mans. We've seen it before, though. The Skywalker that is actually, apparently it is a little different than the one that's being shown at Sideshow's booth. The face sculpt is slightly different and there's more damage on it, which I think looks really nice. I think that looks like a solid Luke figure. If you want a Luke, I think that this might be one of the best Lukes that they've done. I like the design a whole lot. The Clone Wars version of Kenobi, I've talked about this as well when it was shown at Sideshow's booth. I think that figure-wise, if you want a Clone Wars figure, make it a Clone Wars figure. Don't make it a movie figure in Clone Wars costume. It just looks strange that way. This Anakin, he did go on pre-order. Again, I talked about him already too. Same feelings as Obi-Wan, but I really do like that he comes with the STAP glider, I guess you can say. The vehicle that's typically used by battle droids. I think it's very cool to get a Hot Toys one now. Sideshow made one a long time ago. I was able to review that one, and it was really cool. So to get a Hot Toys version, I think is really nice as well. I don't plan to get this Anakin, but if you are going to get this Anakin, I would definitely recommend getting the vehicle with it. I think that's just, it makes it feel more Clone Wars-like as well, which I think is very cool. And even without him on it, but like him just kind of holding the handle and like has his foot up on the ledge here and like about to get on it, it looks awesome. And there you can get a good comparison as to how big that Baby Yoda is. So as you can see, he's a life-size figure, but he's basically just a little bit taller than your average Hot Toys figure, but much wider. So you do get a decent amount with that figure. And the last one's Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman, the figure-wise, I don't think it looks that great. I think that they just cannot get a perfect face sculpt for Gal Gadot as, Wonder Woman. I think that some of their face sculpts are pretty good, but none of them are perfect. This one has a jawline issue, in my opinion. I think that the jaw is a little too low. I think that if they raised it up a little bit, it would have more of a feminine look and look a little bit more like her. But nonetheless, the figure herself does look nice. I think the shine in the costume's great, just not a fan of the rubber. They've made so many Wonder Woman figures, they do have the chance of making one different, where they actually do sculpted arms and sculpted shoulders and sculpted elbows to allow for much better posability and a figure that doesn't break. There are quite a lot of people who have the original Wonder Woman figure, and if you lift up her arm, the rubber's completely tearing underneath just because it can't sustain poses that are more extreme, and also depending on where you live, the weather can affect it too. So just a figure that can definitely be improved. This figure, I think this one looks much better just because helmeted, it hides some of the facial features, so it makes it look a little bit better, as well as obviously fully clothed, you don't have that rubber issue. So this is a cool one. Went on pre-order a while ago. Then they've got some Cosbaby stuff, but here's a nice shot of both versions of Wonder Woman together. As you can see, this one just looks so grand. It's very cool. Although I'm not a big fan of that costume for Wonder Woman, it doesn't scream Wonder Woman to me. But just the grandness of the actual costume itself, I think, is nice. And then they've got some Cosbaby stuff, apparently coming out with a mystery mini type of a series for it. I like this Magneto that can actually have that actually has a magnetic feature, and then they have a vehicle series, which I actually think are really cool. I think the vehicles are a great idea, and they look really nice. They're well executed. But there you go. That's my thoughts on the new Hot Toys shown at this Summer Showcase 2020. Overall, most of them, were already shown the night before, as they went on pre-order the same day, and then we did get some additional little extra goodies here. The ones that I'm most interested that are kind of newly shown are that Illusion Iron Man, the Tony Stark mech test suit, and the Taskmaster. Those are three that I really want, and I'll most likely get two of the three of them. That Illusion Iron Man is the only one that I'm holding off on. But there you go, that's my thoughts on the new figures shown. Let me know what you guys think of the figures, and thanks so much for watching.